After solving those random questions on epicyclic gear trains, we will look at the previous two question papers. Okay, so this was the Mumbai University question paper December 2019. See, it is possible that in the exam they do not give you the diagram. So you have to read the question carefully and draw the diagram accordingly. For example, in this question they have told that there is a reverted epicyclic gear train. If you remember a reverted gear train, how does a reverted gear train look? There is a driving shaft, there is a compounded shaft above, and there is a driven shaft below. The driving shaft and driven shaft are on the same axis. So in this case also it is same. See, arm A carries two gears B and C and a compound gear D and E. So either B or either C. One is a driving gear, one is a driven gear. Okay, B and C are over here and DE is above it. Okay, so DE is the compounded gear train. I will show it to you in the diagram after this, but just try to imagine, because in the exam you will have to imagine this. Okay, so gear B is meshing with gear E and gear C is meshing with gear D. So you have to remember, B is meshing with E and C is meshing with D. The number of teeth on BCD are given as 75, 30 and 90. They are asking us to find the speed and direction of gear C when gear B is fixed and the arm A is making 100 rpm clockwise rotation. So this is the given data and we have to find the rpm of C. Okay, so this is the model of the gear that I have made, model of the gear train system. As you can see, currently see this red one that you see, the red one is your gear B. Okay, red one is gear B, this is gear C, this white one, this, and these are gears D and E. See, gear B is meshing with gear E and here you can see gear C meshing with gear D. Okay, and this is your arm. Okay, so see, B is fixed, this red one is fixed, and above that all the other gears are rotating. This gear C has been given an output shaft, so that is the output. As you can see over here, if you see these two gears, these are compounded to each other. DE are compounded, so they are rotating at the same RPM. So this is how your actual question will be in the exam. This is what you have to imagine and draw. This is not, you don't have to draw this 3D diagram, you have to draw the 2D diagram. I have drawn it in, you will see it in a moment, but this is how your actual system will work in real life. So I have already drawn the diagram and written the given data. As always, because this is an epicyclic gear train, we will first have to draw the table. I have drawn the table beforehand just to save the time. Okay, so we will fill the table now. What are the steps? Fix the arm A. Always you have to fix the arm and give +1 rotation to any gear you like. In this case, I have taken gear B. You can take any gear you like. It will make no difference in the final answer. Okay, so this will be 0. This will be +1. Now see, gear B has been given +1 rotation. So gear B is meshing with gear E. This is your gear B, it is meshing with gear E. So we will directly find out the velocity, RPM of gear E. What will be the RPM of gear E? See, B and E are meshing. We will use our normal equation, RPM of E upon RPM of B. So the number of teeth on B into upon number of teeth on E. Okay, so that gives us RPM of E is equal to TB upon TE into NB, but NB is +1, RPM of B is +1, so it is TB upon TE. But in this case they are externally meshing. Whenever gears are externally meshing, the direction of rotation is opposite, so this will be -TB upon TE. Okay, this will be the RPM of gear E. Now they have told us that gear E and gear D, these are compounded together. Okay, so these are compounded together, so they will have the same velocity, same RPM. So RPM of gear D will be same as RPM of gear E. So it will also be -TB by TE. Next, what is happening? See, gear D is meshing with gear C. So it is external meshing. So RPM will be transferred from gear D to gear C. So the equation will be RPM of C upon RPM of D is equal to number of teeth on D divided by number of teeth on C. So this will give us RPM of C is equal to TD upon TC into RPM of D. What is the RPM of D? Minus TB upon TE. Minus TB upon TE. Okay. So this total comes out to be minus TB TD upon TC TE. Okay. There is a negative sign here. Again they are externally meshing. So whenever they are, again they are externally meshing. So whenever they are externally meshing, we have to write the opposite sign. So minus of minus will be positive. So this will be TB TD upon TC TE. Okay. So we have completed the first row. Second row says multiply all these things by M. So 0 multiplied by M is 0. 1 multiplied by M is M. This will become M TB TD by TC TE. This will become minus M TB by TE. This is also minus M TB by TE. Add plus n rotation to all. Adding plus n rotation to all. Total RPM is sum of steps 2 and 3 because we have added n to all. This becomes n. This is m plus n. This will be n plus m times TB TD upon TC TE. This will be n minus m TB upon TE. This will also be n minus m TB upon TE. Okay. So now we have to find out the values of n and m. To find out the values of n and m, we will require some conditions. And they have given us those two conditions. They have told us that B is stationary. Okay. B is stationary. So we can write, given us NB. What is NB? NB is m plus n. So NB is m plus n and m plus n is equal to 0. So this becomes my equation 1. Furthermore, what have they given us? NA is equal to 100 RPM in clockwise direction. Always remember, clockwise is negative, anti-clockwise is positive. So NA is what? R. R is what? Okay, N only. So RPM of A is equal to N is equal to minus 100. Why? Because clockwise RPM is negative. This becomes my equation 2. So we have to solve these two equations simultaneously. So solving these two equations, we get m is equal to 100. Okay, 100 plus minus 100, 0. So we have value of m, we have value of n. Now what do we have to find? We have to find the RPM of gear C. Okay, so what is the equation for gear C? This is the equation for gear C. So writing the equation, NC is equal to N plus M TB TD upon TC TE. Okay, so N's value is minus 100, M's value is 100 into TB. TB is 75 into TD. TD is 90 upon TC. TC is 30 into TE. Okay, TE is not known to us, but we can find out TE. See, it is very simple. In both D and E are on this, are rotating about this center axis. Both B and C are rotating about this center axis. So what can we say? See, radius of E plus radius of B is equal to radius of C plus radius of D. Okay, look at E and B. E and B are meshing together. So we can say radius of E from here to here plus radius of B is equal to radius of D, this bigger thing, plus radius of C. Okay, so we get this equation. Multiply both sides by 2 to convert it to diameter. Okay, so we will get diameter of E plus diameter of B is equal to diameter of D plus diameter of C. Okay, we know from our simple formula, module is what? PCD upon number of teeth, pitch circle diameter upon number of teeth. So pitch circle diameter is what? Module into number of teeth. So this equation can be written as module into TE plus module into TB is equal to module into TD plus module into TC. Module is constant, so module can be cut out. So knowing this, we have to find out the number of teeth. So we can substitute the values. So TE, I will take TB on that side, it will be negative. So TD is how much? 90. TC is how much? 30. Minus TB is how much? 75. So it is 120 minus 75, which is equal to 25 plus 20, 45. Okay, so now we can substitute it over here and we can find out the RPM of C. So substituting these values, first we will solve this much. 100 into 75 into 90 divided by 30 into 45. This all is positive minus 100. So it is 400. And it is positive. Whenever it is positive, it means in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So NC is in anti-clockwise direction. So what is the RPM of C? It is 400 in anti-clockwise direction.